What is up guys, Mr. Shy here, and today, if you cannot really tell by the title of this video, I will be discussing things that I would like to see on the next Resident Evil movie, which will be the final chapter. Now before I start, I want to say that if you're not really interested in the whole Resident Evil series, then by all means do click away from this video. You know, it's okay if you don't actually like the Resident Evil series, or you can just watch the video if you're still interested. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just giving you a heads up. Alright, but before that, couple of announcements. Like I said before, I will be moving soon, so you could expect slow uploads. So if I don't upload as much, please do excuse me for that, because we are going to be moving soon, between maybe this week and next week, and I do not know how long it will take us for establish a Wi-Fi connection again. So that will be, I don't know, it will be difficult, but we'll figure it out. Right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much tell you the biggest thing that I want to see first. Alright, and the biggest thing that I want to see first on the next Resident Evil movie, which will be the final chapter, is more tyrants, specifically the return of Nemesis. Okay, now before you say anything, just hear me out. Okay, I feel like Nemesis did not get enough screen time on the last movie, which is the only movie they showed him. I feel like he didn't do as much as he does in the video games. And I know that movies and video games don't always go along, but honestly guys, they just straight out kill him. Nemesis is a badass, and he died by a freaking helicopter crushing him. Like, what the what? You can't just end a character like that. You know, you have to have a freaking amazing way to kill them. I mean, come on, man. A helicopter? But anyway, look, I want to see more tyrants, because I feel like there's not enough tyrants to give them a proper challenge. Sure, there's a lot of freaking regular zombies, but who cares about the regular zombies? Am I right? We just want tyrants, and we just want special zombies that want to freaking end their life, or make their lives, you know, challenging to live. You know, and I'm not saying put a whole bunch of tyrants, you know, because some of you may be wondering, or maybe wanting to say, dude, if you put too many tyrants in the movie, that's gonna be overpowered. I'm not saying put a whole bunch of tyrants like that, you know. I'm not saying like fill the whole freaking movie with tyrants. No, just a decent amount that will make their lives hard to survive, basically. That, you know, that will keep them constantly on the move, basically. But most likely, I do want to see the return of Nemesis, because like I said, it is not fair how they just freaking decided to end his life like that. I mean, he didn't even get enough screen time. Most of the time, it was just Alex and the other star members and the little girl. Right? That was most of the time in that movie. Alright, and if you don't know what Resident Evil movie I'm talking about, is the Resident Evil Apocalypse. Right, I believe. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but it's Resident Evil Apocalypse. That's the only movie that shows Nemesis. Alright, but that is what I want to see. I want to see the return of Nemesis, because Nemesis was such a freaking badass, man. I'm telling you, he was the most freaking badass in that freaking movie. Alright, he was the only badass in that freaking movie, to be honest, besides Alex, because, you know, she kicked a lot of ass. And maybe Jill, because Jill was alright. Alright, but the next thing that I also want to see is the Ouroboros. Now, hear me out before you say anything, if you are a Resident Evil fan after all. Yes, Resident Evil 5 was horrible. Oh my god. I mean, I still enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. I mean, I never judge a game. But I've been hearing a lot of people say that it was horrible because it just doesn't feel like the old games. They don't have the same zombies as the old game does, right? Because now the zombies are holding weapons. They're more civil. Basically, well, they're not that civil, but, you know, they're civil to the point where they could just communicate and, you know, hold weapons and follow orders, right? So, I want to see the Ouroboros project. Okay, I want to see that in movies. I want to see how they deal once you actually put an enemy that is virtually almost invincible, because never before had they put an Ouroboros on screen before anyway, so I do want to see that. I want to see how they actually handle that challenge, especially now, you know, especially now that they are in the White House and they're surrounded by all these zombies. I want to see how they deal with that once an Ouroboros actually shows up and, like, in the game actually rises from the ground and enters the White House. Alright, so just imagine how good the movie will be if they had to encounter an Ouroboros, because me personally, I think that the Ouroboros is much more powerful than, the tyrants. Right, because the tyrants are just genetically modified. Well, everything is genetically modified. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but they're not that strong as the Ouroboros. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, they do mutate once they take a significant amount of damage. Alright, but then the Ouroboros is just stronger because of the simple fact that it can take over bodies. If you actually played Resident Evil 5, you notice how the Ouroboros, when they were in the ship with Wesker, the Ouroboros just took over those dead bodies and just applied them to them, and it became this huge freaking monster, right? So that's what I want to see. I want to see how they actually deal with the zombie crisis and the Ouroboros and the tyrants, alright? They did actually add 2 executioners, which I think they're tyrants. I'm not sure if they actually count as tyrants, but they did actually add 2 executioners on the last movie, which was Retribution, yes. And that was actually quite amazing, which actually gave me the idea of more tyrants, you see. But the main tyrant, back to this topic, the main tyrant that I do want to see is Nemesis, alright? But anyway, moving on, for the final thing that I want to see on the movie is I want to see how they actually managed to kill all those zombies around the White House, because as you may or may not seen on the trailer, if you actually watch the trailer, they are surrounded. Well, it's not the trailer, it's more of the end of the movie of Retribution. They are basically in the White House, surrounded by all these zombies, and they had to deal with the flying bat zombie thingies. Alright, I forget their name, it's been a long time, but they basically had to deal with the bat flying thing. So I want to see how they actually keep those zombies out of the White House. They show them actually firing at the zombies, but there were just too many of them. So how exactly are they going to handle? And if there actually are any tyrants down there where those zombies are, could there be a possibility that Nemesis is also one of them? And maybe Nemesis will make a return? Probably? I don't know. If you are a zombie fan and if you are a Resident Evil fan, let me know down below in the comments. Just let me know what you think, because I am honestly just hyped for this movie. I cannot wait till it actually comes out, alright? And do apologize if you're not a Resident Evil fan, that's what I meant. And you still sticked throughout the video, so I do apologize for that, but I'll be making more good videos tomorrow, hopefully, if we're not packing already. So, yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.